guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'll be talking about a really big decision that I ended up making in the phone realm, which a lot of people probably had no idea that I would be leaning this way from my previous videos. But we're going to be talking about why I actually ended up switching to Apple. Even saying it out loud is just like, wow, what am I doing? But yeah guys, we're gonna get into this video, and I'm just gonna tell you all the tea and all the intricacies that I just made me go to this decision. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the video. Alright guys, so first and foremost, I want to show you guys the unboxing of the phone, because I definitely really do enjoy unboxings, and I want to show you guys that. So here's the unboxing of it. When I first got it, I got it like about 2 weeks ago. So yeah, here it is. So right now I'm actually going to be doing the unboxing portion of this video. So yeah, I just basically left Best Buy at 10 a.m. It's now 10:50. It's been 50 minutes since I got this bad boy. Look at that. So basically I went with the white version, because the new army green version, I was just like, it's not really my cup of tea. I really am a big liker of cases and stuff. So like if you like get a blue case on that army green, like it kind of goes together. But like if you want to diversify, I get a red one, purple. So I feel like white just goes with a lot of different cases. But I definitely wanted the Note 8 in white, but they only offered midnight black. But it did serve me well. Look at that beautiful color. But now it's all for this one. So we're gonna get into the unboxing of it. And I also got the 256 gigabyte version, if you guys can see. So let's just get into it. Let's get the sound here. Oh, if you guys watch Unbox Therapy, he unboxed like all of them in like super quiet like manner. Wow, I still left some of the okay, let's pop that off. Okay guys, oh my goodness, look at that camera layout. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick, under the weather, but we're still gonna figure this out. Look at that. Wow, it's very white and pristine. Okay, we're just gonna pop it out of the, wow, what is this? Very clean. You see that's like a frosty, it's really bright in here, so you can't really see the logo or anything like that. But guys, this is really interesting. You guys already know that what comes into the box, you know, like the little paper, the headphones. I love these headphones, even though people say like you're broke when you have these because they're not AirPods. I mean, these have some good quality. I'm not gonna, if you guys know what's happening. Then I got my cable, and then I got the fast charger. That's, you guys know what came in the box. I like bigger phones, as you guys have seen with my previous models that I've gotten. This is the size comparison between this one. That's what they look like. Oh my god, look at this. I did already get a case. Got the case here, just clear, you know. It's really nice. I just, wow, now it has a case on it. So yeah guys, stay tuned for the next part of the video where I talk about it. And yeah, this was the unboxing. Hello. As you saw from the unboxing, yeah, I switched to Apple. Basically, here's a little history about my use. I have used Samsung for all my life. Like I started with flip phones, obviously, but then I wanted to get Samsung because I definitely loved their types of phones. I loved their customizability, how big they were, because they were the first phones to really like exceed size limits. Other phones would not like exceed like 4 inches, but Samsung was like, you know what, let's hit 5 inches. And I was like, I'm here for it. Anyway, so the first phone I got was like this Windows Samsung phone. It really wasn't a Samsung, but it was like still in that brand. And then the next phone that I got was the Note 3, and I've gone with the Note line for years past, like all the years after that. So I got the Note 3, the Note 5, and the Note 8. So I like skipped generations because of my plan. I had to get it like every 2 years. So yeah, I definitely loved my Note phones. Like literally, like I love everything about the Samsung. Like I love the customizability, I love the widgets, I love the battery life when you first get the phone. What else do I love? I love the size. I love how they increasingly got bezel-less. I love the Note line because of the S Pen. A lot of people think that I don't actually use the S Pen, but guys, I use the X Pen. Like I would be in my room, I'd be like, you know what, let me just write down some notes. I would literally utilize that. But what else did I love? I loved the screen quality, resolution. I have a whole thing of notes here. Let me just pull that up. Another big thing is for productivity is the multitasking. So I definitely love the multitasking. So a common occurrence of when I would use this was when I would be driving and I have the GPS and also my Spotify, so I can switch my songs, you know, look up my songs, and in addition to also looking where to go. I would also use YouTube had this pop-up browser or pop-up window when you are looking at YouTube. If you're looking at a podcast, I would look at a lot of podcasts on YouTube. And so I could just hit my home button and YouTube would still be playing while I was looking at other apps. So I definitely, those were the main reasons why I definitely loved, or it would like fell in love with Samsung, just that multitasking capability, the screen, and just, I loved it so much. And the size, obviously, it's huge. But then we get to the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and pretty much when it first got released, I was like, this one does not have a lot of, from previous iPhones, like I've never owned an iPhone in my life, like ever. Like this is my first iPhone. I have it right here actually, but this is my first ever iPhone. So I never was actually a user of them. But if you had like the iPhone XS, which was the previous like phone that they put out there, if you had that phone, I feel like getting the 11 Pro is not a upgrade, a big enough upgrade for like the money that you would have to spend. So definitely I don't think that Apple is on the same tier as Samsung with improvements. But then again, we are at an age of smartphones where the new improvements will be very minuscule, you know, like there would be smaller and smaller updates that you can have, because before you would have big updates like, oh, the screen just boom, or another oh, we're gonna add a pin, or something like crazy like, oh, the resolution is gonna be, instead of like 3 megapixels, it's gonna be like 4 megapixels. But now, since everything is so technologically advanced and everything is like at the top tier, like I still think that iPhone and Samsung are both up here in like levels. But since we're at this day and age of $1,000 phablet smartphones, everyone pretty much has those high specs, and so the improvements will be very smaller and smaller as you go up. So when I saw the Note 10, I did really like it. I don't know how I feel about that, like, what's it called, the punch hole camera in the middle of the screen. I definitely like it more than the notch on this. When I first got this phone and I saw that notch, I was just like, come on now, like that's not innovative at all. But I still went there. But yeah, when I looked at the Note 10, there weren't really that many updates. You know, they had the gestures and stuff, but I'm just like, you know, what am I gonna do with that? The main reason, now I'm gonna get to my main reasons. I have a list of main reasons why I actually did do the switch. And the main reasons why I wanted to switch was, first, the camera, and second was iMessage. And I really, okay, I'm gonna get to that, but first we're gonna talk about the camera. So when I first got the Note 8, I like the camera, the base camera, I thought it was pretty good. It did suffer in some low light situations, but for the most part it did a pretty good job. But Snapchat, now that is the killer of all Android users. Snapchat, basically, I've like looked into this a little bit. Their software does not, like, they don't cater to Android smartphones. So basically, Snapchat, what are you doing? So when I use Snapchat, since they take a screen grab of your cameras for Android, my camera quality would look terrible to iPhone users, and they'd be like, oh, you have an Android, like, ugh. that's not it, you know. And I definitely really hate those comments. Definitely coming to college, a lot of people have called me out on that. It's really hard to be an Android user in college, that I have found in my social circles, but that is definitely not a reason, like a big reason to switch your whole, you know, your whole way of life in the cell phone world. But for me, I was, you know, I'm popping on Snapchat. No, I'm not. But I do like to take lots of memories and stuff. I also like to vlog a little bit. Like if you go back to my videos, I do vlog a little bit with my Note 8. And the quality is all right, but I would definitely want it to be a little bit better. So when I saw that one of the main improvements of the iPhone 11 was the camera, I was drawn to that. I was like, okay, they really put some work in that camera, and they've already had like a pretty nice camera, like with the portrait mode, all those things. And now they came with those 3 stovetop camera layout, as you can see, and I was just like, all right, this may be something I can look into. So that is one reason why I switched, because they put more emphasis in their camera technology, their deep fusion in the camera, and so now I can be able to create more, as well as just be more popping on the snaps, you know what I mean? Like right when I got my new phone, people would slide and be like, finally, like your Snapchats were not looking good. And I can definitely tell the difference between like looking at my memories on Snapchat right now towards what not towards, but against the ones that I made with the iPhone. I can definitely tell the quality difference, and I just really think it's terrible that Snapchat did that to us. But yeah, I definitely saw some like problems with the camera like previously, but since I didn't really use the camera back in the day, I didn't really care about it. I really worried about the productivity of the cell phone rather than the camera. So yeah, camera is a big reason why I switched. Like iMessage, that's just completely like a gimmick. Whoever really cares about blue or green messages, what is actually wrong with you? Because like it really doesn't even change anything. Ever since I've been using iMessage, I don't really care, you know, probably because I've been an Android user for so long, like I don't see the difference really. But yeah, I don't think that's a big thing looking back on it. Like that's not a really big reason to switch. But then again, now I can be in more group messages, and I can just FaceTime my parents, stuff like little stuff like that. But I guess they are pretty monumental to some users, and to me as well, it is pretty big to have just like one platform where we can all just get together. So yeah, that's a big reason. So now I'm gonna talk about what I miss. So you guys know iPhone is has a pretty simple like layout, simple functionality. It's a very simple phone. There's literally no multitasking on this phone, and one of the big things that I do miss is multitasking. Pretty much if I'm on YouTube and I want to go like look on Google, I can't. Like I have to literally do one thing at a time, which is really taking me back, making me reflect on my life a little bit. Like maybe I should slow down, but then again, like why should I slow down when I can do 2 things at once? Like I miss my split screen, and especially like when I went home like a couple of weeks ago for that 4-hour drive, I had YouTube open as well as GPS. Maybe that's not safe, but I could watch my podcast as well as drive and get directions, so it was fine. I miss pop-up YouTube. I think YouTube should make like a update just so Apple has that option as well, because that would really come in handy. So pop-up YouTube would definitely, I miss that so much. The productivity, I miss that aspect. I don't think I have had the opportunity to really like miss it. Like I haven't had an occurrence like from these past 2 weeks where I'm like, oh my god, I miss my Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Like now I'm gonna talk about what I don't like about this phone. All right, so obviously I don't like the no multitasking. I don't like the no customizability. Like look at this, everyone's iPhone. If you like, I don't want to make a what's on my iPhone video, because literally everybody's what's on my iPhone looks exactly the same. Like okay, we all have the same apps, like cool. Like this is, I feel like, yeah, this is the layout that they gave us. Can you guys see it? And I just have my, oh, don't look there, those are my grades. But yeah, I just have my apps just on here. I really hate that there's no customizability at all. One big thing that I did use a lot on my Samsung was widgets, and I really utilize, I don't think a lot of other Apple fans or Apple people use this, but I definitely use the widgets over here to like, it's like easy, so you don't have to like open like every single app. It's just very like, everything's just laid out right there. So I definitely love that. And yeah, I just have my calendar here so I can just see what's due. Being a college student, you have to really stay organized, so I really like to do that. Like, go back and view my other videos that I have with my Galaxy, and you can see like how I laid it out. Like, it's so pretty, and I had my widgets all customized, and it was just like, that's Taylor's phone right there, that's her phone. Like, for this, if this is just laying down on the thing, you can just tell like Chris Brown is my lock screen. You can't really tell, like I didn't pick a really nice picture or really like face picture, but he is my lock screen. And if you just lay this on the ground and like say pick your iPhone, like I don't know which one's mine, you know? I don't like how there's no live wallpaper on this. I used to have a live wallpaper. Now it's just, there's no movement here, you know? And yeah, X and Trippy are my wallpaper. And then I don't like how the settings are the way they are. They're just like very cutthroat and just bam, like that's it. This whole thing, the little, what's it called, this? I don't like how you can't just sign into your Wi-Fi from this. You have to like open up settings and stuff. It just takes too much time, you know? Like Samsung had that where you just swipe and then click and then also click into your Wi-Fi and bam, you're done. But this makes you go through so many more steps, and it's just like, come on now, get it together. All right, so now finally, what I do like about this phone, I love the battery life. So definitely this has improved battery life. I think when you buy a Samsung, like in the beginning stages, the battery life is really good. It's just like popping, you know, it's nice. It's there for you. But then as the years go on or months go on, your battery just dies. And I think that's because it has a bunch of productivity implemented into it, as well as the moving wallpaper, the widgets that are always updating and stuff. So I think that really drowns your battery. So I think with the simplistic view of the iPhone, I think that really helps your battery, because like it's doing one thing at a time, so it doesn't need that much battery power. They also increased their battery on this phone, so definitely getting more screen time. Like right now I haven't charged it. Actually I have charged it, but I had 6 hours of on screen time, and that is great, and I'm at 73%. So this definitely has amazing battery life. I've gone through a whole day without charging, and I've been litty, like I've been like at 35 by the end of the night. So yeah, this battery is beautiful. I like the speaker quality of this phone as well. While I'm just like listening to something like this, it definitely has like a surround sound kind of feeling going on, which I definitely love. Really immerses me into what I'm viewing. And I also like the camera, and Face ID is very fast. I do miss my fingerprint sensor, because I would do like put my finger back there, but that's not an option on this. So Face ID is actually really fast. Sometimes when I'm laying down like this though, and like this, it doesn't know who I am at all. But for the most part, if I just like, it opens in seconds. So yeah guys, that is all for this video. I switched to Apple. I'm really like, don't judge me about this, but it's just a change. It's just a change seeing how Apple people work. And yeah guys, that is all for this video.